Live. 2 minutes late. Jake Lorraine with the High Response Marketing Live Show. Let me pull up these comments. I was not able to get an email out. Kind of just thought about it. Sarah's here. She didn't see my shout out last time. Thank you for joining us here. Sarah. Anyone doing a 9x12? There's so many people doing 9x12s. Normally I'd have shout outs, but we butchered them today. I don't know what's going on, but I can't. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do the shout outs today. Beautiful in Buffalo. I know it's like hot. I'm ready for the fall though. Heather's in Nampa, Idaho. John Zyke is working on one too. There you are, Sarah. Wine Shop TV, Chris in Wisconsin. Great to see you. Ooh, Las Vegas. Bruce Rogad is here. Macintosh Design is here. Nicholas Brandt is here. Dan Johnson's here. Joshua Polche, who I'm late because I was replying to Joshua Polche. It never fails. Right before, hopefully you guys can hear me. Right before a live stream, someone has to either come upstairs or an urgent text, which I haven't even checked texts in probably like an hour and a half. So there might be some things that I might have missed. Or they send an email that I'm like, oh man, I got to reply to this. And Joshua, I just had to reply. It took me like 15 minutes to write it. So I was a little bit late because of Joshua. But he's important. Cody Woods is here. Ed Jr. is here from Missouri. Oh, all over. Let's see that map. What's that map looking like? Let's see. Ooh, all over. Look at that. No one overseas. Bunch of Northeastern here. It hasn't hit California yet. The stream hasn't made it that far. Max Shambles is here. Great to see you. I'd say I didn't even have to send an email out. Everyone saw it. Jeremy Johnson is here in Tennessee. I feel like I know all of you guys. Nicholas Brandt with his third and fourth cards almost complete. Incredible. Super incredible. Joshua Polch over there in Utah. The Candace is here. Man, I'm going to be ranting today. I was going to make a whole YouTube. If I didn't have a live stream today, I would have made a whole YouTube on this. This AI's got me all flustered. It's got me all flustered, and I'm wondering if everyone's on the same page as me. That's what I want to talk about today. Just catching up on the comments, and hopefully, I think you can hear me and see me fine. Hiawassee, Georgia. Rachel and Dalton are here. Big Sky Automation. I had a shout out for you, but it's going to have to be next week. They're all messed up. I know Utah, man, terrible. Oh, another Montana. Oh, Robert, that's right, you're in Montana. Robert, congratulations. I don't know if we reached out about a shout out to you. I would have liked to shout you out too, because you just put out your card. It's fantastic. Video and audio are good. Thank you, John. Someday I'll have someone up here to help me. Someday. There will be a day. There will be a day. I'm just letting everyone get on. Find me on the live stream. So I want to talk about today. Oh, we got to try the winning wheel. I'm going to try that real quick. I'm going to do that in a second. But I do want to talk about some things about AI that are really bugging me, hard. And I want to get your guys' opinion on this. When will we get a 7 p.m. live? Yeah. Oof, man, I should. Harass me about that. To be honest, I forget about that. And I don't mind scheduling a 7 p.m. live, especially on a Thursday. It would be totally fine. 7 p.m. Eastern, which I know works with a lot of people. I forget. Great video with Rachel and Dalton. Thank you. Love that interview. Great people. They are some of my favorites right now. Joshua Polche says the same thing. Sounds good, Frank says. Santa Clarita. Oh, it did. It made it all the way to California. Let's try this winning wheel, okay? Let's give this a try. Because Stream Alive, who's on my crap list right now, we'll see, claim there's nothing wrong with the thing. They can't reproduce any errors, and twice in a row, I've only been able to pick winners twice. So we're going to try this again. Oh, someone's over there in Romania. A freaking Romany out there. Let's see who's going to win something, and let's hope that we can pick another winner. Jeremy Johnson, nice with the win. Fresh into the show. Oh, I was able to spin it again. Oh, it's a Cody. Well, I guess Cody Woods and and Jeremy Johnson. Oh my God, I can't. Wait a second. I can't switch. Oh, this freaking app. It's just spinning more people. Look, Stream Alive is supposed to watch this. I'm literally hitting the next screen button and it just keeps picking someone else. Now I can't even pick another thing. I'm hitting the button. I'm literally hitting left and right, which goes to the next screen. And it's just, and they say nothing's wrong. Maybe I can get onto here. Oh my God. Now let's pick your prize. Okay, let's see. Jeremy Johnson and Cody Woods. Let's see what you both win. Erica says it's probably me in Romania. The computer doesn't know where I live. She's over there in Romania. Oh, you won Small Business Rescue Tees. Nice. Just email Zoe at printingforsupercheap.com. Your sizes, and I will get them and the addresses, and I will print you up some Small Business Rescue Squad tees. Let's do another one and see if it works. Oh, I was able to go left. Okay, let's see. It just, okay, that time I clicked spin and it just said the Candace. It didn't even spin. But nothing's wrong. Nothing's, my internal team can't figure anything out. All right, well, the Candace won without even spinning. Now it's doing it again. I'm hitting left and right, and it's literally just keeps, it just keeps. How are you supposed to switch screens? This is so messed up. Well, the Candace is going to win something. Oh, now the text is really small. Now there's no spin. Now there's no spin dial. You guys see this? There's not even a thing to spin it. Oh my God. Technology is supposed to be so good now, right? It's supposed to be so good. This is a joke. Top commenters. Can't even spin it. We'll try it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to that after. What a joke. I swear to God, this technology. And it worked. Like it worked. Why do things work fine for a while? And then all of a sudden, you know, they got to break it. Can be working totally fine. You ever had that? You have a program or something that works so good. That's why businesses still use like old Windows, old like Windows XP and stuff, because they were rock solid. They're super stable. Can't afford to have something. There's businesses too, some of you might know, there's a lot of corporations that still use like a really old database software. Old databases and really hesitant to switch because they're so stable. Ed says, I've been working to learn AI. Well, I think we probably all have or are getting into it. But I really want to rant on something. Andrew Ziegler, thanks for the quick. Hey, this is actually this is part of it too. They are trolling me, Joshua. I was like big fans of them, and now I'm hesitant. Might need a restart. Jake is great showing how challenging these lives can be. I'm telling you, this was screw up people. If you're doing live shows and this, you start sweating bullets and you're clicking things and you don't know what's going on and your lives are disasters, and it's very stressful. You just got to take. It is very stressful. You just got to take it. Whatever it is, you just got to deal with it. Take it as it comes. Jay Rice says, "Hey Jake, when I win, can I have it until I watch it back tonight to hit up Zoe?" Oh yeah, definitely. I think we'll get this thing working. I'd love to see you win something. I'd love that. Reinstall the software. Freaking MS-DOS boot. All right, here's my rant about AI. I want to see how many are with me. I feel really strongly about this, and I wasn't totally sure. Until today. Till today, I felt really sure because I heard something. I was like, okay. I'm not the only one. Well, I don't know if I'm the only one. I hope I'm not the only one. I embrace AI. Like I know it's here. We got to use it. Like it's not going away. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. I'm an avid watercolorist. If you don't know that, I paint with gouache and watercolor, and I really don't like AI art. I don't like AI art at all. It's cool at what it does. I think it sucks I mean, it's neat the technology can do it. And I like things like Nano Banana and stuff, and you can make thumbnails or you can do Photoshop stuff. And there's definitely a place for it, generative fill and content aware. But for actual creating art, I think AI is horrible for that. I don't think it's good for music. I think that's bad. I'd rather hear people create their own music. But it's inevitable in the marketing space that AI has just crept into everything, right? Business, and it's all you hear is AI, AI, AI. And I've been recently listening to Dan Martell, who, if you know, he's author of Buy Back Your Time, which I thought was great. I didn't pay attention. I read the gist of it and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. But then like maybe a year ago or 2 years ago or something, I started throwing him into the rotation of stuff I listen to when I go out on runs, or I'm at the gym, or anywhere where I can sit there and listen to one. So I've listened to quite a bit of Dan Martell's stuff, and I really like him. But now he's made this huge shift to AI, huge shift to everything is AI, and it kind of had me thinking a lot about this. And he's like saying things like, AI, you should be doing essentially like 92% of everything you do should be AI, and you should only really be directing the AI. But it started getting a little crazy. And then I start hearing other people talk about how, AI needs to be in everything. I've seen my fellow marketers. So I see marketers on YouTube. When I say fellow, I just mean people who are teaching marketing to businesses, not people I know. But you see my YouTube feed is just filled with AI. This AI, make $1 million AI, use AI, your business, use AI automation. So it has me think, is I'm not on that crazy level of AI, like where I'm just like submit to the AI and just AI is going to do everything. And I know how quick marketers are to jump on something. I've seen it since I very first started. I've always been kind of the anti to that because I'm in the direct mail space, and I'm purposefully in the direct mail space from the beginning because I actually started trying to sell SEO. That was my first foray into marketing, was trying to sell SEO. And I sold a website in SEO on like my first cold call thing. I was like, this is awesome. SEO is the way to go. But I quickly realized that it changes too often. It's not predictable. And there's just loads of products and guides and stuff that are just there to bamboozle you and take advantage of the growing trend of, at the time, SEO and website development stuff, and make thousands of dollars just setting up these blog pyramids and link wheels. Then mobile came along. And I'll never forget, this is important, these stupid avatars, I think they called them. This was all the rage for a few years, where it was it was the dumbest thing. I'm like, I don't even want to be part of this marketing circle that's promoting this garbage. But everyone was swearing by it. It was this, they were called avatars, I think. They were these stupid software that you would install on a client's website or something. And it produced this image of like a fake girl in a business suit or something. And she would like talk in this robotic voice. Oh, welcome to our website. And she's moving around like an NPC and stuff. How can I help you? What can I help you with? Well, and it was like pitched as like the most. It's gonna completely take away your customer service and all this automation. You can install it on 10 local business sites a day, and now they're not gonna have to do any customer service. I saw this huge effort, which has not stopped, and now it's gotten to these crazy levels with AI of where they're doing everything and they're pitching everything as removing customer service. It's like, never do any customer service. Chatbot this, if this, then this type of stuff, and knowledge bases and automated forms, and send them to a form and everything to not have to do any customer service. Sarah Walston, I don't know if she's on Montana too. I don't know if she's in this live stream right now. She made a comment yesterday on my YouTube. We've been doing a bunch of stuff for her. She's been seeing success in her local market. But she made this comment on YouTube that said something like, I can't remember the comment, but it's like, I just want to thank your whole team. And I think she named like Jake and Jane and Zoe. She's like, for this like incredible response. And I'm like, God dang it. I'm like, this is why I don't even think about replicating customer service with AI. You're never going to get that people love the customer service experience. I also yesterday had to I didn't have to return. Something came on Amazon in my house, but it never actually delivered. So I had to, and it says it delivered. So I had to try to figure out, you go through these options. You ever been on a website where you have to go on online chat, which is annoying to begin with? Sometimes it's convenient, right? If you can get an actual person or some help. But the menus are like, oh, did this happen? Did this happen? They do not allow you to even type what you're trying to say. They only give you their options, and it leads you nowhere. It literally gets you nowhere, and you have to jump through all sorts of hoops, and you just want to choke Amazon or whoever because you cannot talk to her. You get on the phone and you just want to talk. You're sitting there, agent, customer service agent, please, now. And they're just, oh, I can't help you. Yeah, let me see what your problem is before I say. This stuff is like a godsend to big corporate businesses and to marketers who think they are so brilliant replacing customer service. But it is so wildly frustrating for the customer, for the consumer. We take I don't know the number. It's got to be probably 95%. If Andrea or Zoe or Jane are on here, they'll confirm. It's got to be 95% of all of our orders, and we do a lot, are done over email. And I send manual invoices. Four of us are on email inbox replying, which to marketers, you would say is crazy. Like I battle with myself. I'm like, this is a lot of manual work. We're sending manual invoices. We're filling these things out. We're responding personally to people. We're often going back into old email chains and trying to get up to speed with things. We have CRM. We've got to do a lot of work responding to people's emails. But I like that. I don't want to replace that. Like anytime I talk to another marketer, it's always going to be this conversation of what, I got a chatbot that would save you so much money right now, would blow up your business if I just installed this chatbot on here with his AIs. I do not want to send people to my website that has specs and sizes and stuff that they have no clue about. I don't even want to send them to a form where people are going to feel like they're not having an actual experience. They're spending a lot of money. They're spending $500 at the minimum. I mean, sometimes this is $20,000, $10,000, $25,000, $5,000 is just like an everyday thing. Like they're spending a lot of money. I am not going to send them to an AI chatbot to spend that kind of money. I think about all my reviews. My reviews, I think you'll find this for most small businesses, the reviews will be overwhelmingly customer service oriented. That's what drives someone to leave a really great review. They had a great customer service experience. I love the AI. The AI function was amazing. I got on and talked to your AI robot and then got the product. No, I talked with Tina. I talked with Rebecca. And I can't believe this. You go on a restaurant, they talk about the server and the chef and the people. The server was incredible. If you go there, make sure you get Brandy as the server. These are things that AI will never replace. They will never, ever replace that. And it doesn't have a place in small business. I haven't looked at comments. I want to hear. I'm excited to see what you guys think. I really think that if you want to be different, especially in the years going forward, don't do that. Don't replace your customer service with AI. AI has a huge place in small business. There's a lot that it can do for you. It can analyze things and it can do so much. It can speed up so many workflows and make you more efficient and stuff. But customer service and your front-facing things should really be as human as possible. That's what's going to get you tons of reviews, and it's going to make you stand out in the sea of AI that's inevitably just going to just be everywhere. And you're going to have landscaping businesses that people start and they build AI systems all over it, and they try to AI replicate everything, so they just show up and you never have to interact with people. You don't have to give quotes and stuff. And you're going to be the business, you're going to be the landscaper that has actual people talking to someone. And that's going to be a rare thing. Like, oh my God, a real person. Am I talking to a real person? I've even gotten that. People will call and they're like, wait a second, is this really you? Is this really a person, or am I talking? Because it's like oh my God, I'm talking to an actual person. I can't believe this. I think that's what's going to really make a lot of businesses stick out and be successful, because this AI thing for replacing customer service is so stupid. It's so incredibly dumb. Before I look at these comments, I'll go through them. I wanted to say the Dan Martell thing that really pissed me. This is the thing that I really hear, because this guy's been going crazy about AI. And I'm like, this is a little too much. He said, well, he was on one podcast interview that I was listening to. Omar, I can't remember. Electori, I can't remember his name. I like him. and he was like talking about his AI systems, and he's got this thing, and he's like, I can write a book in 3 minutes. He goes, in like 3 minutes, it's studied all my knowledge and stuff. He goes, I could load your YouTubes into it, and it'll write a book in your voice in minutes. And I'm like, I'm running. I remember where I was at. I'm at like 3 miles or something, and I'm like, totally. I don't even remember the last mile. I don't even remember it because I was like fighting. I'm like, okay, is this great? Or is this, because I've always wanted to write a book. It's always been on my list of like writing a book and putting it on Amazon. I'm like, is this amazing? This is amazing. But I'm like, I don't feel totally right about this. This is maybe like a month ago. I kind of don't feel right. I feel like this is cheating. This is a little too much. I like ChatGPT and stuff for like outlining things and getting an idea more to fruition or making something more readable. But I don't like the fact that it's spitting out a book. And then I'm like, I don't even want to read. I don't even want to read a book by a marketer, anyone in the marketing profession. I don't even want to read a book that's 2024 and beyond, because I can almost guarantee they wrote it with ChatGPT. It wasn't them writing the book. It's just written by, I can't get past the fact that it's probably written by ChatGPT. I don't want to read a book that's written by ChatGPT. I don't like that. I want to read something that's written by the person with some help, maybe, sure, but I want to read an actual book written by a person, not AI. So I was really like on the edge, and then today, then I'll look at the comments. Today I'm listening to Think Media podcast, right? I'm on my run, and Dan Martell is the freaking. I'm like, I'll put it on there, and I still like that. I think he has a lot of really good stuff, but this AI thing's too much. But he goes, who's the guy from Think Media? I can't think of his name. Sean. And he's like, what about something about like books or something? And Dammert says, oh, yeah, you got to see my system here that we built internally. He goes, I can load, I've loaded every piece of content, every single piece of content that I've ever put out. And we have a internal AI system that can study the nuance of me. And he goes, and it can write everything. I can write my newsletters, blog posts, everything as me. I'm like, here he goes again. And then I can tell that he's like realizing as he's talking that he's like, okay, I'm saying this stuff that it's like not actually me, it's all this, so I better say something about that. And he says the dumbest thing. This was just stupid. This is where I was like, I'm done with this AI too much crap. He says, but because it knows the nuance of me, and it's all trained on me, and it knows my nuance, it's not synthetic. He goes, it's not like synthetic writing. It's nothing synthetic. It's actually because it knows me. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's not synthetic writing because it's trained on you. I mean, this is delusion. Total delusion. He also said something, and I still like the guy. I'm not gonna, but this is stupid, and this is a dangerous path, I think. But he also said something about, in another podcast, about he was talking to his friend. He's like, I'm having a casual conversation with my buddy or something, or my wife's friend or something, who runs a local business, like a concrete company or something, if I remember right. It was some kind of local business. And we're talking about AI, and he goes, you know what? I just don't participate in. I don't participate in it. And Dan Martell's like, "Oh, buddy," he goes, you don't have a choice. That's what he goes. He goes, "Guy, I hate to tell you the news, but you don't have a choice. AI is taking over." I'm sorry, but yes, you do have a choice. You can choose not to run your entire business off AI, and your small business is going to thrive. Your concrete company, your landscapers, your realtors. No one wants to buy a house with a freaking AI agent. There will be AI brokerages, and AI will change things for all that kind of stuff, but there will still be this tremendous desire and want, even more so as more AI comes into play, to just talk with a human, another person that isn't an AI robot. Thoughts? I gotta go through these. If we're here, like, as marketers, I know most of you are marketers. All you hear on every piece of content you consume is AI. Why aren't you doing everything AI? Everything AI. Everything. And I don't want you to think like, oh my God, maybe I should be running every single thing AI. Maybe I shouldn't be doing any emails. I should have the AI doing emails. No one wants to talk to AI. You really are bad. But yeah, you guys, you probably don't know because you guys come in later. I'm an avid watercolorist. I should put up some of my stuff. I love um, what I've been painting since I was pretty young, really young. My mom named me actually. My middle name is Renoir after the painter. Andrew Ziegler says the USPS website needs some love. Yeah, I know. We still can't cash out with credit cards. You still have to use checks. Finally, I can comment. Kimberly Littleton, nice to see you. 92% courtroom credit. That's what he says. He says, in my business, if you're not doing 92% AI, you're done or whatever. AI psychosis, Joshua says. USPS needs AI. You know, they had a stable system and they blew it, man. I don't know what they're doing when you did SEO. 2011, that was when I first just started, and that was the last. Yeah, I'm like, okay, SEO was really, that's 2011. Right when I started the 9x12 postcard. I had my partner didn't believe me that we could get leads on the internet. So this is like 2011, 2010. Like it's a pretty new thing. Like SEO is a relatively new thing. It was really moving fast. And the rule at the time was, or the strategy was basically just to make tons of content and tons of keywords. So I made a website called ballparkestimate.com. I bought the domain ballparkestimate.com. I bought ballparkestimate.com and ballpark-estimate.com and got them to double. I figured out how to, by going to the, not library, I would go to Barnes and Noble and read the book because I didn't want to spend the money on the books. So I read how to do Dreamweaver. I got a pirated copy of Dreamweaver, Adobe Dreamweaver, and taught myself CSS because I didn't understand WordPress was there, but I didn't know how to do it. I thought it was a blog thing, not a website builder. So I built a website from scratch with CSS code that I would learn at Barnes and Noble and built a really huge website. Like I spent months staying up till 2-3 a.m. writing and just typing all night massive articles, like giganto articles on windows and siding because I was using that site to I actually at the time I started it was like a consulting business. I made a thing called Ballpark Estimate where I knew that the rule was to just load it with content, tons of keywords, and it worked. And people would inquire of how much windows would cost for their home. And then I would negotiate the window prices and tell them what it will cost. And I would cancel other companies' contracts if they got screwed over. So I made tons of content on that. And I did that for a while. I was like, okay, I kind of know about SEO. I'm going to go sell it. And I started cold calling for Windows and SEO. And I built a couple websites and just created these blogs for people on their websites, was manually typing stuff. And then the Penguin and all that stuff started coming through, and I was getting traction on the 9x12 things coming along, and I just totally I was like, this SEO thing changes way too frequently. And I was exposed to products where people put these guides, about selling SEO, but I could see through it. I was like, businesses are not going to spend 10 grand a month because you say you do SEO. I started becoming aware of the bamboozling. Still is a beast to learn right. And just when you think you know it, everything changes. Sean Tries Things here. Andrea is here downstairs. Andrea's going, where are you going next week? Andrea's off all week next week. She's going to Outer Banks or something. She's going somewhere down there. I think she's going to Virginia Beach and then, I can't remember, Myrtle Beach or Outer Banks something. Andrew Ziegler, I'm surprised you got a charge to go through. It'll probably just refund right back. Just use pay at post and you should be fine. One interesting thing is that we've been noticing, I don't know if Andrea can confirm if she's still watching, but the past few days you've been able to do as many as you want. You could do 10 5,000 piece mailers if you want in one day. It wasn't throttling you. Courtroom Crafter, Wendy's takes her order with an AI now in the drive-thru. It takes forever. Horrible. Man, I can imagine. I know McDonald's has like the kiosks in it. I wanted to bring up 7 Brew. If you guys have a 7 Brew coffee, that's been popping up a lot. There's a really great interview from maybe a year or two ago, not that long ago, of their CEO. And I learned that came into town. 7 Brew came into town like a year ago. And I looked up because I was like interested in the business model. and I listened to their CEO talking, because you've got Starbucks, you've got Dunkin' Donuts, you've got all these coffee shops. What is so great about this little space? Well, they take up a really small footprint, but they don't have an app. There's no mobile ordering app, and their entire system is that they have double lanes, lots of people to greet you. They pull up your number and they know what you ordered before, and they talk to you while you're in the line, and it moves really fast. Kind of like same as Chick-fil-A. Lots of people, super personable, and they have carved out an industry by not having all app oriented and faceless. You know, it's as they're with you. They're right there. They're talking to you. They know what you ordered before. They're right with you as you go around the little drive-through thing, and they have just a steady stream of cars that just move through, and it's a great customer service experience. Look at reviews. Just look at reviews. They are always customer service based. Even the bad ones will be often customer service based. That is what gets people to really, really enjoy working with someone. Not freaking AI. AI for customer service is stupid. If you are trying to build things that are lessening the contact you have with your customers, I could see it much higher corporate e-commerce type stuff, but at the local level, that is just bad. Kimberly Litton says, I love my angry customers. I wrote the customer service manual for IBM in 96 and taught it for 20 plus years. Wow. Dang. A lot of responding on just yes, it's nonstop. And you guys probably question too, like my own staff probably questions, why are we doing this? Why are we responding to? That's why I can't have any real conversations with other marketers like in this, because they think I'm so stupid, and I got to listen to them talk about automation stuff. And I'm not knocking Rachel and Dalton, because they're big on automations. They know where I'm coming from. I'm still gonna send these manual invoices. I'm still gonna have personal emails. Example of great AI, Gemini, which we haven't. I have not as much as I should, but I think my staff forgets about it. Gemini, integrated in with Google Workspace, allows you to actually search through your emails and find information. So sometimes I will arbitrarily price things. Maybe I'm like driving and someone's urgent and they need something, and I'm trying to figure out off the top of my head, or they're a really good customer and I gave them some kind of deal or worked out some kind of thing that's not in our normal pricing structure, and it throws my staff all over the place, because then they go to invoice and it's wrong. Arbitrary pricing is not a good thing, but sometimes it happens, or it happens over the years, and we want to reference what someone paid for before. It's often easier, because everything is contained in conversations in our Gmail, to go into Gemini and just type, what did I quote, or what size was Heather's banner that she did a few years ago, and it will pull up, oh, Heather, whatever, she did a 4x3 banner for this. It will look through the conversation and spit it out. It's easier actually than even going into our CRM and pulling up history and trying to deduce it from invoices, because everything is in this email inbox, which is why I love email. When you get texts and phone conversations, none of that's recorded. It's not in an email chain, so it throws other staff off. So emails works well for us. You can pull it up using AI. Big Sky Automation. Let's see their input. Rachel and Dalton. AI is so noticeable in a lot of things. You can't replace customer service with AI. It should be an assistance tool, not takes the customer service out of things. AI can never match your team, Jake. Right. And that's probably the same with you too. Like, people enjoy working with you. I was thinking of I was trying to think last night of like all the situations that we do in life that, and if businesses try to replace these, and I was thinking of like a bartender. I don't even go to a bar. I don't go to bars, but you go to bars and you talk to a bartender. Can you imagine there's no one to talk to? Like, it's a robot or it's a drink dispenser. And that's what these marketers and a lot of savvy business people and cutting edge people think it's going to come to. That's not going to go over well. You're not going to have, no one wants to talk. We want to talk to another human. You can't replace that. And you can choose you can absolutely run a business with minimal to no AI involved. Absolutely. local business is trades, plumbing, electrical, realtor. Like you can totally run a business with no AI and be fine. You can choose not to participate. I think that the businesses that don't have AI, that aren't AI business, you essentially turn into an AI business, are going to shine as so many more just try to do all these efficient systems. And it screws up. AI screws up bad. It screws up things all the time. Sean Tries thing says, I worked as a customer service agent for American Express Platinum Travel, and it was all knowing how to talk people down from blowing up. Right. You think the AI is going to do that? Taking an angry customer and calming them down and turning them into to really appreciating you? The AI is not going to do that. We're smart. Humans are really smart. They can tell. It might take a little bit, but you can tell an AI. I don't care how good they are. You can start telling them. This freaking idiot, Dan Martell. I mean, is he on something? Guy went from being really smart to being really stupid lately. He's also telling some story about how he had 4 people or something that he did some kind of workshop with or something, and the 4 people then suddenly revealed to him that all the videos he had been watching of them over Zoom or something were not actually them. They were all of them were their AI avatars, and he had no clue. He was watching videos, all these videos of that wasn't them. It was an AI constructed. Like, I just can't. I can't imagine that. This is crazy. Miana says, organic customer service is what makes loyal customers. Totally. Ed Jr. agrees. I think most people here have experienced that frustration. Kimberly says, in my experience, when forced to attempt a resolution with AI, it is repetitive. AI doesn't understand. It gives you the patent answer, which is no good. Preach it, my friend. Yes. Customer service is going to shine when you don't try to replace it with AI. Realtors, see, I don't get many. I got to be cognizant of that on my YouTube videos, because if I make all content on marketing based stuff like marketers and selling marketing, I alienate I used to have a lot of realtor clients. I used to have a lot of, they'd show up in here. Now I don't think they show up because they don't. Dentists, because there's nothing for them as a local business owner. I'm always making content to marketers, and I gotta make more to business owners. But like something like realtors, insurance agents, your hometown local people, like you can't replace yourself with AI. There's a lot of things you can replace and speed things up and efficient, but yourself, you have to be talking to people. You have to be talking to people. They're going to appreciate it so much while everyone else is trying to replace themselves with AI. Weird Place Marketing. I've been trying to use AI exclusively to research all my potential advertisers. That's a great use. While it's promising, ChatGPT is currently lacking in effectiveness. There's agent mode that will probably help, but you still have to put a ton of effort. You know what I found? I don't know if anyone has found this. When I have ChatGPT write blog posts or not, I do like content, I spend like more time fixing it and saying this isn't me, even though it's supposed to be trained on me and stuff. I sit to write on my stuff. I'm spending more time fixing it than I would have just writing the thing myself. I think AI is great for outlining things and putting things in an order, or maybe rearranging things, but it is not replacing. Like for a replacement, I think it's horrible. I don't care how good it is. It's not right. I think for writing books, does anyone want to read an AI book? Do you guys agree? I don't even want to read I would be scared as heck to pick up a marketing book or even a business productivity book, especially 2005 or later, because I know this thing's going to be written in AI. It's going to be just crapped out, just like Sean Tries says right now. It poops for me time. They're going to crap out an AI book, and it's just going to be AI written. AI poops for me now. I have 2+ hours days back in my life to train it on my own writing some more. Courtroom Crafter says, isn't it crazy in the last century we've gone from inventing the computer to this? I know. Oh my God. People are going to get married to their AIs. I feel like AI is a tool, right? We still have to monitor everything. Oh my God, yeah. It's making organic business it's making organic businesses are becoming a niche. I love every like that old fashioned customer service where they know your name. You know, you recognize the people. They go above and beyond. They have a personality. AI doesn't have a fake personality. Leia says, I agree on products for sale, but it's so good for helping with social media and blog posts. Totally. When I didn't use it, it didn't get done. Totally. Totally agree with you there. I completely agree with you there. I travel often and use it to find low airfares. 100%. I mean, I use ChatGPT all the time. I fixed my fireplace because it's the summer. I don't use it. And my fireplace, which is like a gas fireplace in one of the rooms we have, we never use it in the summers. This is a really nice room. We never use it in the summer. We use it in the winter. But the fireplace wasn't working. I literally took pictures. I opened it up and took pictures of ChatGPT, but walks me through it. Tells me how to turn it on. It turned on. Everything is fine. Fantastic. I noticed that USPS locally stopped me from using non-debit cards to check out in the BMU for pre-sort. I wonder if CCs are being blocked intentionally on EM site. I wonder if it's. I wonder, Andrea, are you reading? Let me screenshot this to Andrea. I don't have my phone. Wait here. Let me send this to Andrea. No, because one of our cards is, unless she's not using an account, one of them is still stuck to a business debit card, which is stupid. She might not know which one though. And I don't think that one's been going through, but maybe she was using my other accounts. I should bring up too, it is generally not good, and I still use it because some things are tied in with our business debt, which is stupid. It's really stupid. You shouldn't be using business debit, just in general. I'm not saying the end of the world if you don't, but in general, it's not good to use debit cards really for anything. If you can responsibly use credit cards, use credit cards. You get chargeback protection, you got reward points, but you're just more protected using things on a business credit card. Same as with home personal expenses. If you can responsibly use them and pay them off each month, it gives you that protection. Sometimes it gives you better insurance. I know some things with travel, your card might give you specific insurance. Yeah, J Wright Eyes is 100% right here. AI has benefits for sure. I'm on the AI train. I use it all the time. There's a lot of things that I'm like, oh my God, I would have spent so much, especially for like data analysis and analyzing spreadsheets and business, making business like tax insights. Oh my God, it's incredible. Would have to spend so much money previously on data analysts to do the stuff that it does in 3 seconds. Don't lose the human touch, he's saying. Yes. I just actually used ChatGPT too. I downloaded we keep all of our mailing fulfillment. It's been bugging me that I think we were losing money on mailing fulfillment. I was pretty positive or worried that we were actually losing money. And I'm okay with breaking even. I didn't want to lose money on mailing fulfillment. It's really hard to figure out because you have admin costs, like Andrea, she's got to enter the routes and buy the routes and organize the routes and put them in folders. And there's costs to that. There's paper involved and just organizing things. It's got to get entered. We enter those into Airtable. We use Airtable separate from our CRM just for fulfillment emails or fulfillment tracking. That goes into Airtable, and then you have fulfillment, and you have shipping, and making the shipping labels, and hauling it out to the loading docks, and boxes, and all this stuff is directly involved with EDDM fulfillment specifically. And I don't want to raise the cost. It's been a big thing. I'm like, I don't want to raise this cost. And then the shipping changes depending if it's going across country or if it's Northeast. And I was really worried that I was losing money. But I was able to download my Airtable CSV, which has pretty much all the information. load it into ChatGPT, and just had like a session with it. I told it, I said, ask me questions so I can figure out if I'm losing money. And we're factoring in how much time, we're tracking how much time Andrea takes to do all the little parts and pieces. And what I found out is that 1 out of every 4 jobs, I lose money. 1 out of every 4. But it's okay because the 3 out of 4 make enough to just over a break even. I barely make anything. And that's factoring in like, even like processing fees, accounting for that. It was some variance on the some jobs taking longer than others, but I lose one because the small ones, especially like a 1,000 piece mailer, the admin cost alone, just to create the actual paper, just to get the paperwork organized and entered into Airtable and stuff we lose, but it's okay because it's made up for by the other 3. Those are great. That would have taken so much work without AI. There's a lot of tax stuff. I'm able to even figure out my estimated taxes really well from it. It's great. Kimberly Linton says, if you haven't watched the movie 2073, never heard of it, it changed the way I view AI as a whole. Some folks are blindly attempting to turn our world into a place that potentially doesn't need humans. That sounds terrifying. Leia says, I started with SEO too in 2009. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could just do the backlinks. Then you'd put like service areas. We serve this, and it would pop up. It was like anything with a keyword would pop in. And we did the white text on a white background, so you couldn't see it, but there was all this text in there. Sean Tries Things did SEO and website sales for Yellow Pages. Myrtle Beach, Andrea's going. Oh, what's up, Mitch? My boy Mitch. I know these comments are a little bit old. I'm gonna get up them. I was just ranting for so long. Any idea? Weird Place says, any idea why USPS limits you to 5,000? I think their original thought for that was, it was not made to be anything that was a regular mailer would do, like a professional mailing house. This was made as a way for small business owners to do their own mailings at the destination unit. And doing like a 50,000 piece mailer would probably be too complex, maybe too overloading on a local destination unit, like you're at your local post office that isn't used to doing bulk mails or receiving a bulk mail like that. I think. And they just made it with the permit to do more. That means you're more of a professional, would know what you're doing. I think that's the reasoning. But you can get around that by just buying your mailers over multiple days and bringing them in all at once. T-Bear is here, and sorry that they're late. Well, better late than never, right? Andrew Ziegler says, I was just at Sember this morning for my birthday drink. Love that place, right? They are a success in part because of their small footprint, but 2, because of their customer service. That's why people go to them, because of the customer service. I would rewatch it. I mean, I think it's worth it. Put it on 2x speed. We're talking about the bad parts of AI and what you shouldn't do. Leah says, I took your advice about creating a social community on Facebook and use AI to find all the local events, area history. New business information is great. And last week I got the highest engagement ever. That's fantastic. Over 300 likes and shares. Nice. Big Sky says, yes, we can't replace our coaching with AI. I don't think our... Right. Can you imagine if you had your coaching clients? What's her name? Is it Alicia Little, I think? They're 2 sisters, I think, the Little sisters. I was actually going to do a partnership with them, and then they didn't. I don't know. They didn't like me for some reason. We were supposed to do something like way back because they were like really into the Groupon deals. This is going way back. I hadn't heard from them for a while, but I know they're really smart. I think Alicia is the one I'm talking about. But I just saw her on a podcast that I listened to while I was running about a month ago. I can't remember it might have been Omar's podcast. There's only a few podcasts that I listen to. Omar Electori, I probably mess up his name. I really like him. And she was like, she was saying how she has an avatar, might call it a different thing, but I think the term for it's avatar, trained on her. And she's like, it knows everything about, it knows all my content and my staff and I think she's saying my students, I'm pretty sure. ask the avatar the questions, and my avatar knows everything, and it knows me. They really think, and I don't mean to knock her, because I think she's probably a really brilliant person. She's been in marketing for a long time and is probably more well versed than I am at that kind of stuff. But I it sounds a bit delusional. I get this feeling of like, are you delusional? Am I nuts? Or are you that delusional that people want to talk to an avatar of you, and that you think that that's you? That's not you. That might come from the painter in me that I couldn't imagine creating a painting with AI. Like, it will never be the same. It will never be the same, ever. I will not look at a piece of AI art and say that's incredible. It's not. It's something. It's not the same as you painting it or drawing something or making music. You can create AI music now and probably can't even really tell. I don't know. I don't want to know. Even like drum, what's it called, quantizing? If any of you are into like producing and stuff, it's like where if you create drums. I took drums too as a kid for I don't know, 9 years. If It's never perfect, no drummer is perfect. And when like dance music and stuff comes on, they're generating uh artificial drums, and it's perfectly in time. Like, everything is 100% in time, and the kicks and stuff are exactly in space, and they have to quantize these things and shift them slightly because our ears can detect what's too perfect. AI, at least in the art, is too perfect, and it has wild things wrong with it. But even the things that are wrong, things are too perfect. To me, at least, they're insanely evident. And I think in music is probably a similar thing too. It's just a rant. I sound like, am I the old person saying get off my lawn? I don't know. Yes, we can't replace. Oh yeah, I've seen that. The card, Jerry Rodriguez. The cards look great and paid at the post office. No problem. I told you. That's great. What's Mitch saying? I say it's because I love you. AI will be a threat to your business, Jake, since you are the low-cost leader. One day, that will become less differentiated for you as competitors adopt AI and cut costs. I mean, I think we're all in. Printing is also one of those things that's very, very manual involved. It's just the AI is not going to run a printing press. It's not going to run the printing is still, while technology has changed a lot and helped things, it's still a very slow moving process. The whole process and there has been advancements with that, but there's still so much that goes wrong that it requires people. It requires people. It requires parts. It requires all sorts of it that AI cannot totally replace. And even still, it's not going to be able to have the thing is, in the end, you're selling it. You're selling the thing, and you have to be able to have a personal connection with those. So I don't feel like AI is going to crush it, because we're using AI. Like, AI is a big part of our business, but there are certain parts that you just don't touch, like customer service. AI is not going to kill the grass cutting industry. It's not going to kill real estate industry or people who just everyday realtors. It's not going to kill plumbing. The AI robot is not going to get your plumbing done in your house. It's not going to do the electrical. Printing falls into that category because it's a highly skilled and highly technical thing, and there's just there's people and parts, and AI is not going to destroy. AI is going to destroy. It's going to seriously like screw up accounting and coders, people who are performing things that are really well easily replaced by AI. That's my observation. Term is a threat to your business when your primary differentiator is price. Yeah, that's a complex thing. That's a really complex thing. You guys see a low price. For example, you guys see a low price, but our average price, believe it or not, the 9x12 printing, the marketers reselling is a small part of our business. The vast majority of my personal business is everyday businesses. landscapers and chiropractors and dentists and realtors, where we're not the cheap. I know my website is printing for super cheap. Doesn't mean we're the cheapest. We have actually a really healthy margin. And you could most likely find someone else to do it cheaper at our full retail prices that we charge our everyday people. So I don't feel threatened by, I don't consider myself a low cost leader in that sense. For the 9x12s and stuff, yes, absolutely. But that's not our core business. It's selling to everyday business owners who pay a higher price. That's still a bargain, but it's definitely not the lowest price you could find. I think when you have great customer service, you don't need to be the lowest price, which is why you guys reselling don't have to be the lowest cost person. I think that's a bad thing. If you're talking to a customer, they're going to go with you because they like your prices and they like you. I don't know. Mitch brings up a big point about like replacing roles and costs go down. I don't think that happens, to be honest with you. These are just viewpoints. If I reduce my costs, which I already have, I don't lower my prices. I don't really know any businesses that offhand that lower their prices because they are able to build more efficient systems um, or replace staff or anything. You just make more money, or you increase your sales dramatically. Just from that, like you don't lower the price. Oh, I saved. I don't reduce staff. There's two people that within the last few years I don't need that I did that I've gotten rid of that I don't need anymore. Their jobs were taken by AI. One was doing really simple tasks that were a pain in the ass for a decade, but then now isn't even a job. Isn't even This is all done AI spreadsheet stuff. Uh, I most certainly don't lower prices or anything when I eliminate staff. I don't think that's a good business decision either. Oh, I'm going to lower prices because I was able to get rid of staff. I don't think so. Maybe some businesses would use that model. I don't think so. Leah says, and I think AI message take bots over automated systems. Elevator, horrible, horrible. Credit union and I have an account at went all AI stations, no people, all to wait on you. I went to an ATM in another town. I didn't have the network with us, so I just went to one that looked good, and a freaking virtual teller showed up. It was crazy. They're like, "How can I help you?" And there's a screen. I'm like, "Am I talking to a person? It's an AI robot person." I'm like, "I just need to put the card in or whatever." Okay, well, we love to help you. You got to sit there listening to them talk and be polite. It's so stupid. There's a eye place near me. But I thought I was dying a few years ago. You guys don't remember. I thought I was gonna die because my eyes started going blurry, and I thought I was gonna have a stroke. I'm like, am I having a stroke? And my eyes are vision. It turns out it was just eye fatigue because I was like working like 15-hour days in front of a computer, and it was bad. But I was trying to find like the best eye doctor, and I couldn't get in anywhere. And then there was this one, and they were like, I was looking at the reviews, and the people were like, this is like one of these chain places. This wasn't an actual eye doctor, but people were like, there's no actual doctor here. You have your eyes tested by a freaking remote teleseminar person, where the remote doctor at their headquarters conducts the machine, or what, puts the machine on and operates it from there. This is so bad. And they think it's great. Pietro is here. Oh, late again. We're ranting about AI. AI has its purpose for sure. I believe it's great for information gathering, statistical analysis, reminders, for the stellar business person to take and then act upon. Totally. It's like having a super skilled employee that's just like like a servant. That's what it really is, like an insanely smart servant. USPS is just trying to eliminate the processing fees. It's a good theory, uh, since it's postage without markup. Good theory. Don't you hate when you can't get a hold of a person? Like, that is so frustrating. Kimberly says, I recently taught my friend how to complete her college homework with Copilot, or she'd be failing still. Oh, yeah, AI. I mean, for kids, I mean, my kids are all using AI. Oh, MP Creative here, Mike. How late am I, Mark Smith? We're crabbing about AI. Andrea says, try the debit and USPS. They still same error code. Hi, Jane. Are you still up? Let's try spins again. Freaking Stream Alive says it works, but it's not. It's glitching. Let's try it again, okay? Let's give it a shot, and I'll catch up on these comments. Let's see if it works. No, that's what I get. But they say there's nothing wrong. They told me, oh, where our testers tested it, nothing wrong. This is 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks. We can't get it to replicate. Can't get it. Freaking AI. They don't have an AI to fix it? Freaking AI isn't fixing it? I know some people will take it as, oh, Jake doesn't like AI. I use it all the time. It's fantastic. I just think that for customer service, I don't think it's a good replacement. Kind of like selling 9x12, selling marketing, local business owner. Don't think, oh, I'm going to use AI to do all my selling. It's maybe possible, but it's not going to beat having real customer service, real relationships, or talking to real people. Dalton, just show me a huge sequence, Rachel says he set up for via automation for our business. Feeling very thankful for automation right now. Totally. Automation, amazing. Amazing. Zapier, ChatGPT, Claude, incredible. Automation's incredible. Weird place marketing. Any reason other than USPS website to not use the time between submitting a printer to spend that time buying the EDM postage each day while we wait? No, there's no reason. Go buy it. Buy it. Buy it and put a delivery day whenever. Bring it in whenever. Buy it. Get it done. Pay at post office and bring them a check. Leia says, oh, I want to say thank you to you and Big Sky. I want to know more about what they're doing. I've already designed a community card. Nice. And I have to do some videos on community cards. That was one of my favorite products I ever released was community cards. And they are my favorite. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Community cards are actually my favorite. They're my favorite shared postcard to do. I was going to sell an AI receptionist for dentists and clinics, Engel says. Engel Jimenez. For $1 to $2K a month to cut costs for business owners compared to a human receptionist. But I don't know. I mean, if you can... I know it sounds so tempting to sell, and a lot of businesses probably will be receptive to that. And maybe they will. And they can say, I don't have to have a receptionist now. If you can sell it, go for it. What I'm saying is maybe if a dentist is watching and saying, how do I compete with all this AI stuff in the future? I think it's going to be the dentist that has an actual person that's going to shine. That you're going to have actual people, that actually talk to you. D-Pope says, somber Thursday. I know. Hope everyone is safe and well. It is. George Prappas, good day to you too. Leia says, I'd love if you make a video show printing some 9x12s we could have to show. Video short printing some 9x12s you could have. You can always have any. Yeah, George, I haven't seen you in a while. What did Mitch say here? My misunderstanding. I thought you claimed your overall pricing was the cheapest in the U.S. In that case, fair enough. Great customer service. It is... I should clarify that. For 9x12ers and everything, totally best. Now, I will, like many places, I can probably print cheapest in the U.S. Comparatively, like if someone says I'm printing this on 8-point paper, that's not going to be the same product as 14-point. And you have speed involved too. If someone is... saying, hey, my local price, or I can go on Got Print or something, and it's like a 14-day wait, but they're $200 less, I will beat that. Yes. I don't think anyone can beat me in price, speed, quality. In those three things, I'm going to beat it. I've worked really hard to be able to beat that. I most definitely don't tell people I'm the cheapest place because I'm sure there's other places that could probably do something cheap or they could, I don't know. It's just a really hard thing to totally claim. But I'm the best deal. I'm the best deal you can find. And I think that is the perfect thing to say to any client that you're talking to. The best deal. I should be, or I say I should be the best deal you can find. A deal is a combination. It's like the best deal: speed, price, customer service, quality. You cannot beat that. If you can find someone else that has that same deal for less or a better deal or whatever, I will match it or beat it. I will be the best. So that should clarify it. Mark Smith says, I agree with Jake. Andrew Ziegler, I would like to see it for myself too. Mitch says, 9, most businesses won't and shouldn't lower prices if they're not a low cost leader. AI is primarily a rock to low cost leaders in the short term if they don't adopt AI. I do think it's bad for a business to not adopt AI. Totally. I think most businesses need it, to some capacity. Even your everyday, even your concrete companies and your driveway sealing businesses, just to analyze things, just to be able to take a customer database and feed it to ChatGPT and say, what can you tell me about this? What's my average sale? What's my lifetime value? How much can I spend to acquire a customer? Where might I be hemorrhaging costs? Upload a P&L statement, upload a balance sheet. What can you tell me about this? How much should I be setting aside for taxes? What are some tax statements? Where am I spending too much in taxes? How will the big beautiful bill affect my taxes next year? Should I bring on employees? Am I spending too much for employees? Like those, every business, literally every business under the sun should be adopting AI, even just at its basics for that. Oh yeah, the name trips up. Yeah, it's a good name. It's a great name. Pretty super cheap. It's one of those things too that um is it's like, who's to define cheap? How do you define cheap? Like there's no real context to that. It's just for super cheap. For some people, $100,000 is cheap. What is that including? What is the context of that? What did I miss? We're crabbing about AI. Yeah, watch the replay. Mark Pulowski, great to see you. I wish the spins would work. Streaming live AI powered. Okay, I got to catch a baddie bat. It's great to see you. William Council, what if you're not getting tracked? And let's see. So much to learn, Danielle says. You're holding out on us. Have you restarted your computer? All about real relationships, Danielle says. Leah says, is it conflicting with something on your machine? I don't know. It was 3 weeks ago, and I used the same. I mean, I have a MacBook Pro freaking Chrome. I haven't tried it on Firefox, or I don't use Firefox. I don't even use Safari. Oh, Latimer, I like this question. What are some great services to offer business as an upsell after the postcard? Great services would be printing. You can resell printing and make a great profit on that. Brochures, flyers, business cards, banners, so much print. NCR forms, letterhead, stationery, logos, brand identity, signage, digital marketing, social posting, reputation management, Google business listing, paid advertising, consulting. So much that you can, all of those, and there's probably some more in there. Dan Johnson says, did you see the interview with Big Sky? No, I was going to mention that too. I think she did see it. Joshua Polchase says, one of my biggest issues with my 9x12 is having advertisers do it one time. I did a lot of my selling through Facebook, and now I'm making it a point to meet them in person. Oh my God, totally. That relationship, it's hard to cut off a relationship. It's really hard. It's really hard when you talk to someone, they're in contact with you. A lot of 9x12ers don't like to follow. They don't like to stay in contact. I don't know why, but they don't like that. Maybe they alienate their people, and then it's easy for them to leave. If you're a person, you become almost like a friend, and then they're nervous to not do it with you. And you know what? Someone could come in your territory and meet people face to face and take your business easily. They could take it away because you weren't really a face to them. You were just someone on the messenger. Now here's a person face to face answering their questions and getting along with them and making a connection. So I think it's important just to keep your territory locked down. If you've got a personal relationship with people, it's going to be very hard for them to leave, even if a low-cost competitor comes in. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. Someone tries to do one, I don't know, 3-4 times over 15 years. Someone in my area tries to put one of these things together, and from time to time you see someone do it, and then I pilfer people from that. But well, I have a customer that'll be like, yeah, this guy just came, Jake, this guy just came in. You know that postcard you do? It's like the guy came in and he's like, I'm going to do it. And it's cheaper. You know, he's like, I don't know what this guy is sketchy. I'm like, yeah, don't pay attention to that. Because I have the relationship. So they're going to call me and say, there's this person here or whatever. I'm not doing any business with them. I'm with Jake. If your relationship can't sustain, if you're losing people because of your cost, there's a big problem. That's a big, big problem. You should not be losing any jobs to cost. You know, there's sometimes where someone might say, you know what, Jake, I really want to do business with you, or Kathy, or whatever. I want to do the printing again with you. I want to do the thing, but I'm seeing online that this other place has it for cheaper. I really want to go with you. They will do that because they really don't want to not use you. But maybe they want to bring up that they found it cheaper somewhere else, and then you just got to work with them. Maybe you match it. Maybe you look in and say, oh, but they're not doing it on this. They're doing it on a thin paper, or they're going to take 4 weeks to get here, or it's not going to be banded, or it's not going to have UV coating or something. So let me see what I can do if you're okay not doing that. And I really appreciate you, and I really don't want to lose your business. You can still preserve these relationships because the price isn't going to be the deciding factor. Tom says dollar signs, but I don't know, what are you, 5 cards out, Tom? Something like that. 4? Last one you did completely yourself with the ads. Thought that was great. Lori says, what's the difference between community cards and 9x12s? 9x12s look like this format. Community cards look like this format. They're smaller. I do them on 6x11 or 6.5x12. You can still fit 16 ads. We use a templated version. This is my local community one I put out. Easy to put together. Just templated, all the same. You can charge a little more if they want a fully custom one. You can still fit 16 ads on there, and you can charge $150, $250, $150, $200, $250 in that range. Make like $1,000 profit, something like that. So it's not as huge profit, but they're really easy to sell because of the super low price point. You send them out to 2,500 people, small community. They're great. Mitch says, Joshua, bring them a small gift when you go meet them in person. Increase the odds of renewal by 350%. Made up statistic, but useful tip. Get in front of these people. Yeah, totally. Don't be scared of these people. Tom says 4th card out and still learning. Bruce says, I only sell spots door to door. Guess I'm just old school. I'm averaging 3 to 5 sales per day, only working 5 hours at the most. Best way to prospect. Best ultimate way to prospect. Other ways are fine too, and they're super useful, but door to door it's the best. Meeting with people face to face. You're a local marketer. Meet with people. If you don't want to meet with people, why are you in local marketing? Meeting with people and talking to people is like something you'll have to do as a marketer. You're a professional marketer and you don't want to meet with anyone. Why are you in marketing? And some people that are in marketing are the dullest people. I'm not saying you guys. Just marketing is a creative, like social, exuberant industry. If you don't fit into that, you are going to struggle. If you're trying to not do any of those things, then I don't know why you're in marketing. Do something else that isn't marketing. Rachel and Dalton are doing great. Tom only sells face to face. 60 people watching, only 35 likes. Jerks. Bunch of jerks. Dan Johnson, you hook them with the cheap, then keep them with the service. Totally. Like I loved with Rachel and Dawn, Big Sky Automation's interview. That is the right way to do it. It also protects you from, it locks down your territory, because if your cost of it, let's say a 9x12, is really low, and you're not looking to make a ton of money because you're using it to get in new people, other people cannot, they cannot compete with you. And the only way you can do that is by having your main core services, the things that you don't, that you make all your money on, that you don't discount. I talk about this. I call them sparkers. I have a whole guide on it called Sparkers, if you guys don't know. A really good business should have a sparker. It should have a thing that's super highly valuable that you can sell for really cheap. Really, really cheap, or give away, or it's a sparker. It's a thing to get them in the door, and then they buy your main service that you don't discount. If you are selling SEO, you should never be discounting your SEO. That's your main service. You sell something else to get them in, gain the trust, and then pay full price. You should never be discounting the thing that's your main core product. That should not get discounted. Look at McDonald's, look at Burger King, Wendy's. You will find them clustered together, and they sell. What is the biggest profit margin sold in the fast food? What has the biggest profit margin? Does anyone know? What's the biggest profit margin? What item? Weird Place Marketing brings up a good point. You've literally provided your competitors the contact information for all your paying clients. Easy to steal if you don't have a good relationship. Totally. Price is never the deciding factor. Bad thing to have the deciding factor in. Joshua says, I had a client reach out to me for wedding sign on foam core. I delivered it with a handwritten wedding card. I now have a client for life. AI can't do that. Totally. I'm pretty dull, Leah says. It's all right. The add-ons. Drinks, Joshua says. Yes, drinks. Yes, the drinks. The fries. I think it's the fries and the drinks, but the drinks have an absolutely astronomical price profit margin. And they buy them in the bag. They have the syrup. The water, it's like 98% water, and then it's carbonated water, and then the syrup, like the profit is so high on drinks. It's so high that they can give away, they can not give away, but they can run like almost razor thin margin on the burgers. The things that are going to get the person in. No one is going to go to Wendy's because they want they want to sell the drinks and the fries, but you're competing against the exact same thing. You can get, and I know some people like the Coke from McDonald's or whatever, but no one's going, okay, let's get our root beer and let's go to Wendy's for a root beer. No, they go there because Wendy's is running a thing on whatever. They like whatever. They get them in there with a very low margin product that's high value, and then the people buy the drinks. You go to a restaurant. What is a restaurant? Does a restaurant make a ton of profit on steaks and stuff? What does a restaurant make money on? The big entrees and stuff, they don't make that much money on. You get the big steak dinner, they don't make much money on at all. Anyone who works in the restaurant industry knows the profits are crazy thin. There's like no profit, and you screw up a steak or something, you're in the negative. Like the entrees have like no profit margin. A restaurant makes money on drinks, desserts, some sides, but these drinks and desserts, if they can get you to buy $12 for a piece of cake or something, the money is so high. They charge you. Look at your restaurant bill when you get a drink. What do they charge for drinks? Like $3, $4. You have like 4 people and you're spending like $25 on just soda. I'm talking just like sodas. Tons of the profit is in the drinks, but you don't go to a restaurant to have a Coke, but that's what they're making the money on. So you have to use a sparker in your business, something that you can use to lure people in so that they buy your everyday thing. Often we're doing the exact same thing, like SEO, website building. We're doing like the same thing every other marketer's doing. You might not even do it that much better. There's a bazillion places doing SEO and reputation management. All these are doing the same things. Maybe you have a good team or something, but it's like the same. You're using the sparker as the thing that gets people in, and then they just buy the thing, the commodity. If you're trying to sell SEO, for example, you're an SEO business and you're trying to sell SEO and you're running SEO packages and you're trying to discount things, and now you're mad because you're discounting the thing that your main business and you're not making money, you are doing it wrong. You use something else. This is why I will always give away magnets. I will always give away business cards. I will go to a business partner, new business. Hi, I'm Jake. I own a small printing shop here. I just want to introduce myself. This is great. I'll buy something from there and say, you know what? I want to print some magnets for you. I'll print you 50 magnets, no charge. I just want to say I'm super proud of you for opening this up. I wish it a ton of success. I want to print some magnets for you, totally free. 9 times out of 10, they will force me to pay. You know, they will be like, no, I'm buying these things. And do you do this or that? And then the other time they're like, what else do you have? Like, okay, what else do you have? I need some brochures. I need a big sign. I need this. I need that. I am absolutely not afraid to go in and spend $50, $100. If I know my average sale, for example, in my business, my average sales, I think it's like $616 average sale. I can spend a good $100, $150 on an everyday print order, like an everyday business, no problem. What can I spend $100, $150? What can I spend $100 on? I'll give them free brochures. I'll give whatever. More than happy to blow $100 because I'm going to make that back right away. But you guys, and I don't mean you guys, I just mean, you know, some of you are like, I'm never giving something away. I'm never discounting anything. And I've got to sell my whole life revolves around a 9x12 and stuff like that. Well, take a look at Rachel Dalton's interview, who actually grasped that concept where get people in to your wheelhouse and then sell them other stuff. A steakhouse makes their money on liquor. I'm sure steakhouses probably make nothing on the steaks. They probably make nothing. Dan says a bag-in-box syrup costs a merchant about 3.2 cents per ounce. I think the cups, I've heard this, like the cups cost more than the actual drinks. Look at gas stations that sell freaking soda and stuff. They make a killing. Costco takes a loss on the food court to get people in. Right, they sell the hot dogs or they have to increase them for the first time in however long. Get people come in there for the hot. They love the hot dog is only two, and then they spend $600, $700 on Costco stuff. And they came in, they love that hot dog. $5 for an iced tea here in California. Do you, the business owner, whatever you have, whatever business you have, do you have a soda that you're selling? Something that you're able to sell for very high profit margin and you're not having to use that thing to get people in, that you're able to get that really high margin. They make more money on steaks, but smaller margins. Yeah, and sometimes you have high revenue, small margin, small. It's not like sodas drive. McDonald's is a very interesting business model because it's actually a real estate business. The real estate, the money in real estate, it's more of a real estate business than a food business. It's an incredibly smart business. They scout the locations, they buy locations, they lease the locations back to the franchisee. Super smart. Kirk is here. We're crabbing about AI. Kirk the man. Mary Kay Cosmetics, Kimberly says, are marked up 100%. When I found that out, I was pissed. But I love their products, so I'm still buying them. It's the quality of results that keeps me coming back. Gas station makes the most money from selling out. I never heard that, but they probably make a ton on that, right? Oh my God, it's probably a huge ATM machine. And they never have to discount. I don't even know if I've ever looked at the price of what the ice is anytime I bought it. Never even looked. Kirk says, all retail has a loss leader. At Thanksgiving time, they sell turkey for 19 cents a pound and lose money on the turkeys, right? They know, right, this is an excellent point. They all want to get you in with the turkey. They'll take a loss on that turkey so fast because they know once you're in there, you're going to buy. You're not going to go buy. Some people do hunt the sale and they go buy the turkey from one place and the cranberry sauce from the other, and they buy something else from the other. But 90% of people are just going to do the bulk majority of their shopping in that store, and they got you in there on that cheap turkey. These are things that transcend all businesses. 100% is a typical retail markup. Totally. That's a 50% margin, by the way. A 100% markup is a 50% margin. Ed says gas stations are great. Oh, yeah, you said that. Oh, wait. They make a few pennies per gallon. Yeah, I don't know the specifics on gas stations, but I'm sure it's pretty interesting. Ice has to be sodas, coffees. The gas makes nothing. Yeah, they don't make anything on the gas. So much stuff in a gas station markup. They sell condiments. I always wonder, like, okay, they're selling like stuff that's in a store, but it's like 3 times the cost. They obviously sell it. It's just out of convenience. People are there to get gas and they buy the freaking everyday stuff that they need at 3 times the price. John says in Houston, I made $112K from selling ice at my store last year. Wow. So you have a personal experience. Never thought about that. And I think I've always bought ice. I mean, maybe sometimes at gas stations, at a grocery store. But if you're like out going to the beach or you're out camping or something, you go to the gas station and get the ice. And they're making so much money on that. That's why they don't even care when usually it's outside. It's in them little things. And they're like, yeah, just go open the thing. It's like outside, They don't even monitor. They don't care. Costs so little. That is interesting. Never thought about that. You've got to, as a business owner, have a structure like this for your business. If you are trying to discount your core service, it's going to hurt you so bad. But they do it all the time. If you're a lawn care business, think of the things that you can sell that are high profit, that you can really make all your money, that you won't have to discount. And you may have to cut the yards for cheap, but you're going to spend a ton on some treatment. Auto detailers, this is I know a kid that's doing fantastic on this. He charges like so little for auto detailing, so little, but then he sells you all this that you want, this special coat, paint protection coatings, all this extra stuff that you spend $200 more on. That's where he makes all his money. Latimer says, do you have an affiliate program for a printing service? I'd rather send customers to you. That's, I don't, because it's really hard to track that. And if you had like someone that was interested and you said, hey, I want to point this person to you, I just don't want to deal with it. Can you give me a cut of it or something? Totally. We can work something out like that. But it's really hard for me to track. One-off things, totally fine. But really, I would encourage you to resell it. Because if you get my reselling rates, there's so much money that you can mark up and make and just put in your pocket, yours. Provide the service. You don't have to do anything, and they'll still get a bargain. It will still be a great bargain. Paul Plum, a couple years ago, listened to a speech by a regional gas station chain CEO. His profit increases were based on pizza and donuts. Donuts, huh? I don't even think gas stations make donuts. I feel like they get all them imported and delivered or something. Actually, I know a guy locally, if Kirk's here, Ramon's Bakery. I think he delivers to a lot of the different gas stations. Yeah, every gas station has like pizza and food and stuff. We have a small chain here, Bernardarian. They make great like the sandwiches are great. They have a full, they make subs and sandwiches and hot sandwiches, and it's so cheap. It's like crazy cheap. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if they just don't have the overhead that a restaurant has or something. I don't know, or they're just trying to grab people in, but it's so cheap. Retail fuel margins were huge in the beginning. It was C9 to about 70 cents. Like, whoa, 70 cents a gallon profits on fuel. That's an area I really don't know much about. Costco sells their roasted chicken for a loss. They stock it at the back of the store, so you have to pass all their products to get it. Then they end up spending $6.95 before they leave the store. It's like every time I go there, it's $1,000. Dream business, own a campground, lease dirt for dirt cheap, and upsell wood and ice. Simplest business in the world. Yeah, man. There are those like beautiful businesses like that. Renting kayaks. Buy an old crappy kayak, freaking rent it out. Oh my God. And these people in like these tourist areas that spend so much money, and you have this little shanty shop with a bunch of crappy, ketchup that you bought from the Dollar General, and they're buying it for $8 each. Everyone should have a gas station on their card offering 3 cents off per gallon because people so often shop for the cheapest gas. Station will make tons of money. Every now and then, I've never had one personally, but every now and then I'll see a card with a gas station ad on it, and I've always heard really good things about them. Kimberly, same with grocery stores, same with like locally owned grocery stores. I wish I had bought one of those standalone ice stations, man. Freaking the red box. Sarah found her Blockbuster ID card the other day. Oh my god, I got to tell you a funny story about my Vladimir, just email me. And then we'll probably close it up. And I'll answer your question, Mitch, in 1 second. I just see it pop up. My son, how old is he? I got to remember. He's 9. I have a lot of kids, so it's hard to remember all their birthdays. He's 9. He's so funny. But you can't keep like things like Santa and all that stuff. I think he still believes in Santa, but like you can't keep, because communication is now like, so they're exposed to so much. But he his tooth, we just wiggled one of his baby teeth out, and he always says it's a tooth fairy, and I think we forgot to put his money under the pillow. So he wakes up in the morning. This is the other day, and he's like, where's the tooth fairy didn't come or something? Where's my money? And I guess Sarah goes, the tooth fairy. What did she say? The tooth fairy. She must have forgot. No, she probably didn't say forgot. This just happened. The tooth fairy didn't make it on time or something, and Phoenix, our 9-year-old, goes, the tooth fairy didn't make it on time, or you didn't make it on time? He said, and I'm like, oh, busted. I don't think she knew how to respond to that or something. And the tooth fairy didn't make it on time, or you didn't make it on time? He knew. Mitch said, Jake, if you had to start from scratch today, what business would you start? With print no longer existing. Oh, wow. I would go into home services just because I know that's what sales. That's what I would do. I don't know if print was out of the equation. I'd love to help businesses, but I don't think I would be in a B2B setting because I don't really like other kinds of marketing. And I think that the consumer space is just much bigger. Home services are so huge. I think that I would just probably start probably just because I have experience in it, window, door, and siding business, and I would just sell home improvements, and I would just get installers together and a sales team and go door to door. It still works for even the biggest businesses today. I'd probably be making content like crazy. I'd probably just turn into a YouTuber selling home improvements, most likely. I think I maybe real estate sales, because I think I'd make a really good real estate agent. I think I'd make a fantastic real estate agent. So I might go that route, and just doing heavy content, super heavy content, tons of YouTube, tons of content. My follow-up would be really strong, which is the weaknesses of all real estate agents. I think they go to bed at night not even thinking about what their clients are thinking. And I'm the type, I'm not saying this is for everyone. I don't know if this is for you, Mitch. I kind of feel like it is. I don't know you well enough to I guess you could tell me, but I feel like you might be, some of you might be. If I have a customer, a client, whoever that is dealing with something, or something's urgent, or I can't go to sleep. Like, I still sleep great, but it is at the forefront of my mind. It is like right down from like someone who has an urgent business card order or something, like something I shouldn't even really be that concerned with. It is at the forefront. I take on their problems. I really do. I take on their concern. If it's something that's involving me that I'm supposed to solve for them, I am like, it is on my mind. I wake up and it's like, I got to take care of this. I got to make sure they're okay. I got to check on this. Like, did this go out? Is this getting done? Are they going to get this? So I think in real estate, that would really help me, because I would be thinking of them, what they want, what they need, how to fix this, how to be the best put the best possible deal together for them. So I think that would be beneficial. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm like that. So I talk to business. That's why I got to throttle how many business owners I talk to so often, because I will get too involved in their problems. And then my whole day is solving their issues. Kimberly says, as an outdoor girl spending lots of lake time, I've been thinking about selling worms and slushies. Maybe, yeah, but from the boat, yeah. Gas station is one of my best customers, Ed said. Very close friend. They share with me all their business, and everyone should have a gas station, a gas coupon, I promise. Erica says, I forgot to put money under the pillow and my daughter was in tears. We've done it many times. They go look, and then you drop it down inside the pillow. Yeah. Sometimes they get smart to your ways. Yeah, I totally get that. All right. Any last questions before we say goodbye? I had a great time talking with all of you. I wish I got an email out. I would have had a little more people seeing it, but I'm glad everyone seems to be kind of in the same kind of thinking I am. We'll see where this AI thing takes us. I don't want it in my own life. I don't want to deal with AI customer service. That's what it comes down to. I don't like it, and I don't want to make my business run any way that I wouldn't want that happening to me. God, all these texts. Holy crap. The Polche pack. HighResponseMarketing.com/Polche. Everyone go bombard stream alive. Oh my God, I did that one time way back when I first started getting like a following. You know, I think my email list was probably like 1,000 people or something. It seemed like a lot at the time. God, I can't remember what it was. I had an issue with some site. I'm trying to think of what it was. And I just sent an email. I said, these people are giving me a hard time. Can you anyone on my list, just like, give them a hard time? And like they, just totally slaughtered this company. Like, I probably had like 500 people or something go hound this place's customer service. That's so bad. I was like, What's Mitch say? I plead the fifth. Just kidding. But honestly, I have strong beliefs. What is okay? Maybe not. Yeah. I mean, I do stress out. I don't know. Yeah. That's why I really try to limit how much personally involved I get with people at this point, because there's just so many. Because I'll get too wrapped up. Way too wrapped up. What do you suggest for learning what? I don't know what you're talking about, Ed. I didn't do shout outs because we messed them up. It kind of bugs me because it's a simple thing. It's like, and I like Zoe. Like, I have no problem with Zoe. She's really good, but she's messing these shout outs up. I had the wrong, and yours, I think yours was wrong. She had the wrong quantity. And I don't mean to knock her because she's in Japan right now even. She's probably just trying to enjoy Japan. But there was like 3 or 4 that were wrong. And we had a whole bunch that we didn't get yeses to. And then I saw some come in through right before that said yes and sent their picture. And I'm like, I don't want to do these shout outs and not have the time to put their picture up. Why didn't we do this days ago? And then I saw like the numbers were off and stuff. And I'm like, I'll just do them next week. So you will be on there next week. Huge shout out to you. 6,000 piece EDDM. Great job. Okay. Using AI. I'm not your AI pro. There's, watch YouTube videos. I'm learning it myself. I just use ChatGPT. I try to watch as many videos as I can and stay up to date and prompting. A lot of it is just exploring what to do. And you realize, oh crap, this is, I never thought of using it this way. And, I couldn't point you to, and I think the flood of information and how quickly it becomes outdated, it's hard to really just put you in one spot. Start searching in YouTube and start looking at new things that pop up. YouTube will start feeding you stuff on using AI. Something you watch. No one's going to watch AI videos from 6 months ago, from a year ago. If you see 1 year ago, everything is going to have changed at that point. And today, ChatGPT 5 is amazing. Tomorrow, Claude is amazing. It changes so often that you really have to just kind of Get it into your feed and start watching things. I think by the time you went through a course or something, most of what it would be outdated or irrelevant or have changed. Kimberly says, this is my first live stream, not the last. Thank you. And I appreciate you a ton. I'm going, thank every single one of you. ROA Media guy, thank you. Had a great time. I will see all of you next week, hopefully with another video too. In the meantime, that's it. Bye, guys. I don't know how to turn this off. Freaking eCam.